video I'm going to talk about swimming headphones. So the video is going to be about swimming headphones. So we've got two different types, but there's like an older generation and a newer generation of headphones. So that's the Sony ones, which is the black and grey ones. These ones are the Finnis Duos. So these are my latest and greatest swimming headphones. And I really am a fan of these because these are bone conduction headphones, and they sort of go on the side of your head, and then they conduct through your bones rather than your ears, because your ears tend to get full of water when you're in the water. I tend to wear like earplugs, so I really am a really big fan of these Finnis Duos. They just have like a power on button there, so you can just power them on by holding that big power button in the middle of the left one, I think. Yeah, of the left one. So you can just hold on that power button on the left one, and then that switches it on. And then if you just tap the middle button, it presses play on them. And these are the Sony Walkman ones, which are really amazing because they get much more of the low end frequencies, and you get much more like of the sub benefit, whereas the Finnis Duo ones you lose a lot of the low end. So you get, I find that the disadvantage of the Finnis Duo would be the low end and the quality of the audio coming through, but you do get a good listening experience in as far as water is concerned, a good listening experience in the Finnis Duos. But these tend to let the water in. They tend to be a bit fiddly to put on and tend to let the water in. But on the upside, they are great for running and cycling. And for running and cycling, go nuts, because I really love them for running and cycling. They're really so handy, especially the newer version. This one's just got like a little lock feature on it, whereas the grey ones don't have the lock feature. So this one just powers on, I think it's the right one. Yeah, the right one. So the right one powers on, and the lock feature's just there, as you can see. It's just like a little slidey down button, and you just slide it down and it comes unlocked and locked, and then you press play on the side there, and you just, I think the power on button is on the other side. No, it's on the same side, and the play button's just underneath. Yeah, so they just power on in the same place as the lock one, but these aren't coming on at the moment because they've got no charge. So I'm just going to show you the chargers shortly. So as you can see, you've got like the different types of earbuds for these as well. You've got like the waterproof ones, which is like the clear sort of like diffuser type shade on them, like a clear sort of filmy looking colour. And then the other ones, the black dark ones, are the ones that you use for like cycling or running. I mean, you can get a bit of moisture in there, but just don't get too much moisture in them, as you have to like clear them out. And they don't really have like a tone function on them to like clear them out, like, so when you're like, you've got like the likes of your watches, such as Samsung watches, like they have like a tone noise to like clear the earbud out, whereas the Sony Walkman don't have that facility or feature. Sorry, not facility. They don't have that feature on them where they like, you can get like the water out easily of the actual earbuds themselves. It would be great if they made like a little tone, like sort of noise to help with the like sort of like push out or vibrate out the water out of the actual earbuds themselves. It would be a great feature to see in the future. So as far as the water is concerned, they're okay. They stay on your head. They do stay on, but they take a lot of faffing and fiddling. And if you haven't got a lot of time, you just got a 30-minute session. And I'd recommend the Finnis Duos because they're just so easy to put on and quick. Not quick to put on, but if you prepare your goggles before you go, then they'll be a lot easier to put on. I'm just taking the earbuds off now, just showing you how to take the earbuds off, and I'm going to put them in this little jug of water just to give them a clean, because they do get waxy a lot as well. You don't seem to have a lot of wax problems with the Finnis Duos either. So another advantage of the Finnis Duos is that you don't get all this build-up of wax that you need to clean them all the time. But for running and cycling, I tend to use these Sony ones because I can just connect them to my phone via Bluetooth, which is really handy. The older generation never had that, so I didn't have that for a few years. didn't have any connectivity to Bluetooth at all. Just had to try and get, put the songs on the MP3, and the same with the Finnis Duo. Really, be great to see if they could come up with some way of like having like Spotify in the water. Like, I'd love to see it in the future. Maybe like some sort of Spotify in the water. Well, just drip these earbuds into the water just to clean them out. It's a little bit of lukewarm water. Just gonna dry them off with like a tea towel or something. I'm just using these like Johnson's like baby earbuds just to clean out the actual like earbuds. If you get a little bit of like the cotton wool in, just like you could just dab it off with the towel or something. This is just what I do. Just, just to clean them out, just to try and give them a bit of a clean. They get lots of earwax. Maybe just dab it in a little bit of water, and then don't have too much water because the water will ingress into the actual device, and it is quite tricky to get them. That's why to unblock them, and they get water in them. So as you can see, these ones are fairly clean, but the grey ones, they're really, really like full of gunk and wax from like sweating a lot and running and cycling over the summer. Oh man, these ones are grim. So just get a little bit of water on, dab it on the tea towel, and then just try and remove most of that wax from the earbud. And when I'm done cleaning these earbuds, I'll pop the actual little plastic dome looking things back on. After I've taken out the water, I just let them dry off for a little minute and then give them a little dry with the tea towel and then put them straight back on. And there you have it. They're not 100% clean, but they're just clean enough. Just give them a little clean. Otherwise you might get like sort of ear infections and earwax build-up. And just dry them off. Pop them on a towel or something if you want, and then just let them air out for a minute, and then just pop them straight back on the headphones. These are the waterproof ones. Just put them. You literally just face them towards like the side that has like a sort of recessed bit, like where you can't really go wrong with the waterproof ones because they don't have a hole on either side. They kind of have like a covering, like to try and stop the water from going in. They have like a cover on top of them. So the waterproof ones are pretty easy, and it's really quite obvious because the colours are quite prominent on. So there's like a really light colour. So it's the colour side down going onto the earbud itself. Show you the little, like it's like a so let me just see if I can pop it out a second. Just see this little 4-way USB. It's quite cool. You just get them on Amazon, I think. Sabrent. So that's Sabrent. Sabrent USB hub. You can plug 4 in. It's a great little hub, really, but it doesn't power these older generation headphones, so I have to use like a plug for these. I think they're just on the way out, really. But yeah, I just end up having to use like a plug in the wall, rather than charging from the laptop. Right, so putting the Finnis Duos on the actual goggles themselves. So putting the Finnis Duos on the goggles themselves can be quite tricky, so I tend to like try and like stretch them out a little bit, but see the way I'm just like pulling it back. So you've got those got this like riveted bit, or ripples in the actual strap itself. So I try to go with it's like a bit where it goes a bit smoother. I'll try and show you that now. See the bit that goes a bit smoother, and then just stretch out a little bit and try and hook it under one side first, and then hook it under the other. You end up with these like little wing bits, which don't look great, but they do the job. I think I've put these on backwards as well, so I just need to switch them round. But you see the little flap, like the bits where you can tighten the goggles, these can sit on the other side of that as well, but they are really tricky to get over those riveted bits. So if you are struggling with that, then maybe you could start with the smooth bit first and then push them forward, and you end up with these like little like I don't know, like, so it's quite funny, like these little bits that come on the sides of your head. But if you're not too bothered about the cosmetic look of it, it works fine. So that's them on backwards. I think they go the other way around. let's just show you these goggles and the Finnis Duo headset going onto my actual like head, because you need to like position them just in front of your ears, around where your temples are. So there's little plates, like little like brass plates, almost like connector type plates on one side that like just match up with where it should be sitting, like just above your ears, just near your temple. And I'm just trying to show you how they fit on, but I put them on backwards, so I've not realised yet that I need to turn them around one sec. So here we go, let's just do a bit of readjusting. So you just need to swap the headsets around. So as I'm just swapping them around, then I can show you how they go on. So the wire bit goes towards the back of the goggles. I like to just tuck that little like cable underneath the actual goggle strap. So I just took the cable underneath the goggle strap. Tend to try and get the actual front of the goggles on my eyes, and then try and pull the strap down behind, and then just try and give a good wiggle until you feel comfortable. And I think it's on the left side, your power on button. So yeah, just on the left, I think. So it just can be a bit of a faff to get them on. Once they're on, just hold that left middle button down, and then if you hold the left down and the middle button, and then you can just click play, and then you've literally, it's like toggling between backwards and forwards. It's really intuitive. I found it really, like, once I got used to it, like, found it really easy, not easy, but like I found it got easier. Cause like it just like have like a good play with it while you're in the pool, while you just after you've done a few laps, just have a little press of the buttons, and then you got the skip and forward buttons, and then you can hold down the volume buttons. So you just hold down the volume buttons. So you got up and down, the skip buttons are up and down, but you hold down up and down the volume, you've got to hold it and then just click just to go backwards and forwards. And then in the middle you've got like the play button. Okay, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.